Billy Joe Saunders rips Canelo Alvarez versus Yildirim. Basically says he ducked David Benavidez. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to my channel for the latest and greatest. Let's jump into it. Now, in case you live under a rock or didn't catch my other videos, the WBC had posted this. It says, breaking news, Canelo Alvarez versus Avni Yildirim for the WBC vacant super middleweight championship. As you guys know, David Benavidez fought main event over the weekend on the card with Rolly. He was the main event and he missed weight, you know, coming off a pandemic. I don't know how well he was able to train. He didn't have access to certain facilities like the sauna, so he lost his belt on the scale. Put up a great performance, but he lost his title because he couldn't make the contracted weight and they had no sauna or anything for him to try to lose the weight within 2 hours. So hopefully something they can work on. This has created a opening in a now vacant WBC belt, and Canelo, among other people, petitioned to try to get that spot. The WBC and their committee of people, you know, had some kind of meeting to determine who was going to get that shot. Would it be Caleb Smith, Canelo, and, you know, David Benavidez, or the number 1 or 2 guys, Yildirim, or the number 2 guys? And the WBC says the Board of Governors have voted 36-1 in favor of Canelo Alvarez, the multi-divisional world champion who holds the WBC franchise designation, to fight for the WBC mandatory contender of the division, Avni Yildirim. So Golden Boy put in a request to have Canelo's name considered for that fight, and out of 37 people, they're alleging that 36 people voted in favor of Canelo. This is clearly BS in politics. Billy Joe Saunders, among others, have spoken out. And Billy Joe Saunders, who's also a champion at 168, says, I didn't see Canelo Alvarez wanting the WBC belt when David Benavidez had it a week ago. Ha ha ha. And then he tagged Mauricio Suleiman and he called Canelo a cherry picker, which is eerily similar to the video I just put out. And I said the same thing before this tweet. So as you guys can see, Ego Stradamus strikes again. What can I say? Canelo, his team, Golden Boy, the WBC, their moves are traceable and far too predictable. In fact, I made a video yesterday and I called it out. I said, man, Canelo did not fight David Benavidez, now wants to fight Yildirim for the WBC belt. Literally, you guys can look at the timestamps. You can look at the dates. And this was before this August 17th, and the notion from the WBC was just posted. So I predicted all of this. They just posted this August 18th, 4 hours ago, which is today at the time of recording this video. So I predicted this move, and now I predicted that the WBC was going to just side with Canelo. And that was my fear, because how does the franchise champion, he doesn't fight David Benavidez. David Benavidez had that belt 2 times. Failed cocaine test, so he lost it. Then he stopped Anthony Durrell, my guy who had never been stopped before, and he reclaimed the title in September. We never heard Canelo target David Benavidez, who looked sensational, by the way, against Romer Angulo over the weekend in the main event. But now he wants to fight Yildirim for the belt. Once again, I predicted this. And it's funny to see the Canelo man fans sweating bullets because they know this makes Canelo look bad. They know he's cherry picking. They know he's being a vulture, but they want to blame it on me. They want to bring up black fighters like Deontay Wilder, Errol Spence, literally have nothing to do with this. And they're trying anything they can to justify it. But as you can see by the ridicule amongst, you know, Twitter and social media and YouTube, people making videos, it's looking bad for Canelo. But I also predicted it yesterday. Look, August 17th, 2:02 p.m. I said, so everybody wants to fight for the WBC belt at super middleweight now that it is vacant, but didn't want to fight David Benavidez the 2 times he had it from last September, the Sean Porter versus Errol Spence fight, all the way until he just lost it August 2020, last weekend. Now they want to fight for it. Unbelievable. Benavidez is that dude. Hashtag ego. So I predicted this whole thing, and you have to ask yourself, if what Canelo was doing wasn't so sloppy and Golden Boy in the WBC, how would I be able to predict it with such accuracy? They keep doing it, and just so they could, you see this cover art where it says 4-time champion, That's because he fought Rocky Fielding, a guy with the secondary title, and he fought Kovalev, and I told you that fight looked FAF. If he's knocking people out and that fight was not FAF, like I said, and he's knocking people out like he knocked Kovalev out, even though he didn't knock out Danny Jacobs, never knocked him down, never knocked down or knocked out Julio Cesar Chavez, who was really a walking punching bag, Chavez Jr., in their fight, right? He didn't knock out these guys. But somehow at 175, I told you that was FAF. He's destroying Kovalev, you know, worse than the leader Alvarez and Andre Ward with one single shot, 2 shots. He's destroying them. But he doesn't stay at 175, relinquishes the belt, drops back down, ducked Charlo and Demetrius Andrade. So he's saying, him and his team saying he can't make 160 anymore. And now he's on DAZN arguing with them. They've been lowballing people. He's supposed to fight Billy Joe Saunders. Then they didn't want to pay him post-pandemic, and now he's going after a vacant belt, to try to create these fake accolades. This is looking bad. This is looking real bad for Canelo Alvarez because the world has caught on. That's why he's been criticized by Mexican legends, right? Like Eric Morales, Canelo, right? Canelo fights big names. Look, see how quick I pulled it up? Eric Morales says Canelo fights big names when they are at the end. Look, that was from November of last year. Canelo has fought with big names when they're at the end of their career. Shane Mosley at the end of his career. Miguel Cotto, Kovalev at the end of their career. Triple G is already far along in years, and Canelo's been waiting for him to deteriorate. See? This is something that people see, Morales told ESPN Deportes. People are always wanting something from him, and it seems that Canelo fights throughout his career are not taken into account 100%. People and I hoped the fight with Triple G would have taken place. Instead, they chose an opponent who is already many years old. See? So it's the same games. People see it. Billy Joe Saunders calling him a cherry picker. Good luck. So we'll see if DAZN approves the fight. They're struggling themselves to get a marquee fight in a pandemic. So I don't know if they're going to like that fight because Avni Yildirim, he already lost to Anthony Durrell, got stopped by Chris Eubank Jr., and he's not a big name. He hasn't been branded, nor are people going to give him a chance to beat Canelo. And, it's just not a big fight. It's a mismatch. It's not a fight that people are checking for. So at least let one of the other guys who have stuff to prove, like David Benavidez or the number rated 2 guy or Caleb Smith, let them fight for it. Golden Boy and Canelo were wrong to even enter their name into the hat for this. And now this, again, makes them and the WBC, DAZN, and Golden Boy look bad. Those are my thoughts. Smash the like button. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego, sign off. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more sports. Get unlimited access to premium content with an ESPN Plus subscription. ESPN Plus offers a variety of content, including specials, behind-the-scenes docuseries like Bruce Lee's Be Water, and much more. With an ESPN Plus subscription, you get access to a ton of classic archive fights and replays from boxing and the UFC. Big names like, "Hi, I'm Mike Tyson. Come and watch my fight." Floyd Mayweather, "Easy work. I'm rich." And Manny Pacquiao, "Yes, it's up to my promoter. Just to name a few. If that's not enough, you could get the ESPN bundle, which includes ESPN Plus, Hulu, and Disney Plus. All 3 apps, one low price. You don't want to miss out. Make sure you guys click that link in the description box of all of my videos. Ego, signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.